Hello guys, this is Mutilus. I wanted to make a quick little instructional video kind of covering a lot of the stuff that I think the game just doesn't teach you or no one talks about really. Little tips and tricks about managing your dailies and your roster and other things. So a lot of this stuff is probably going to be pretty obvious to a lot of people, but I think most people there'll be at least a couple things they don't know about. First off, I'm obviously playing on my desktop. I'm using BlueStacks 5 to run the emulator, which lets me play on my computer. I'm also using the Mantis game overlay, which is a third-party program. Lets you do a lot of stuff like manage your inventory and keep track of like alliance stats and stuff. I use this mainly because I've been a captain in the alliance for a while. Going to the first stuff here, we have... Let me pull up a different screen real quick. Advanced options in the game settings. I think most people know about these. I don't know if everybody knows about all of them. The important ones, I think, multiple open orbs is just convenient in a lot of situations. I turn it off if I'm opening gold orbs because I don't want to always open 10 at a time. Cycle through blitz save squads is an absolute must. It makes cut your blitz time in half, at least, if not way more than that. Change raid key reset to 3 a.m. This is actually really useful depending on when you play every day. If you play mostly between like noon and 8 p.m., like North American time, this is probably a really good choice for you because a lot of people's raid keys reset at server reset. And talking about resets real quick, there's multiple times in the game that resets happen. First of all, the main reset, which a lot of people say server reset, happens at the second store reset of the day, which is 7 p.m. Central Time, North America, and so it's like 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, it's usually when most people are getting off work and stuff is when that reset happens. Every 8 hours, the stores reset, which I assume everybody knows, and then once a day, determined by when you made your account. Your server resets. Mine resets at midnight right now. So, at my time anyway. And so this is when all your dailies and everything resets. Then also, according to this, your raid keys are going to reset at that second reset of the day. So if you want to reset later, that way you know if you can't log on, you're a little late one day, you don't miss out on raid keys. Resetting this 3 a.m., most people don't play it anywhere around 3 a.m. unless you're like me and you're up super late. So this is probably a good option for most people. Quick alliance access. This is only important if you're going into alliance screen all the time like me. Item count in store. Everyone should have this turned on. I can't imagine a reason you wouldn't want to see how many of something you have. It just seems ridiculous that that's even an option. And then all the rest of the stuff's pretty much just up to you. Like low graphics mode if your system has trouble running it. I think most people don't know how to put in a support ticket. If you go to support here, you click on this little chat bubble up here, and this lets you send a message to support. So you just tell them what's going on here, and they'll send a reply to your device. It's pretty handy if like your game crashes when you're doing a raid attack, or like if I've heard, this has never happened to me, but if you like accidentally click on one of these horrific items, see there are none in here today. Sometimes there's crafted pieces in here for like 3,000 power cores. And if you ever accidentally click one of those, if you immediately send in a ticket, they'll reverse it. Because it's just absurd that those things are even in there, let alone, like, there's no confirmation button. So let's see. Other cool tricks. If you're farming ISO, what you can do if you're trying to, like, keep track of which classes you need ISO for. If you go to Wakandans, which basically you scroll all the way down and scroll up just a little bit, Wakandans are right here. Each of the Wakandans is one of the 5 ISO classes. So we've got Sherry is support, and then Killmonger's blaster, Protector for M'Baku, Black Panther's a brawler, and then Okoye's controller. So you can see right here who needs which crystals by just cycling through them instead of saving 5 different characters that you might want to like be looking for. It's like, well, which of the ISOs am I low on? This is just a really handy little trick you can do. I think they're one of the only squads that has that layout. What I do for keeping track of characters I'm working on right now, because favorites really clog up your top screen, What I like to do is I use versus battle, because you can also sort by versus battle without scrolling down. So you just pop this right here, and so I've got like my Infinity Watch I'm working on, Black Bolt getting ready for Ebony Maw, my symbiotes I'm getting ready for DD3, and then my daily farms that I farm these people for character shards every day. And so they're all right here, and these are the characters I'm working on, and then I don't need anything else. So when I go to my roster, most of the time I'm only looking at this stuff, unless I'm just randomly checking things. So talking about dailies, obviously you want to get your dailies in every day if you can. The free strike pass path is made it even more important, because like you'll get characters like Sam and stuff. But you also just get a huge amount of these purple and orange gear just for playing the game like you normally would. This is actually really nice. If you don't want to buy the premium path, don't worry about it. Like, it's not necessarily a good deal, but there's just so many like so many catalysts and stuff that you'd have to end up farming otherwise. It's very, very good that you can just get all that stuff extra. But you definitely want to try and get to the all clear at minimum, which is down here. It's it's finish all 11 of the required dailies. This stuff's really important. And then also the Daily Alliance donation, which we're doing mandatory now. As you can see, we're getting pretty close to the 3. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but these 2 boxes, when we get the donations up to this point, just give you the extra credits. But if we get to box 3, let me continue, it's not letting me see it. We all get our gold back. So if everyone donates, we actually just get the gold refunded, in addition to getting 50% more of these every day. So we'll increase the amount of Stark Tech credits we're getting every day by 50% and get our 10,000 gold refunded. And so everyone definitely needs to be doing this every day. And try your best not to miss a day. And if you know, like, you can't log in and do it one day because you're like out of cell reception or on vacation or something, send me a message, let me know in advance, because we can get somebody to do the 125 core donation. So we'll make up for the fact that one person missed out. As you see here, this is worth double. And I don't recommend you do these unless it's absolutely necessary. The 10,000 gold's enough. And that will let you, upgrade your Stark Tech, which all 5 of these tabs will show you where your Stark Tech is. Right now I'm working on bringing up skill now. And so skill's going to be good for me soon. But yeah, the 10,000 gold's enough on its own. About every day, if you play the game and do all the free stuff you get, for the most part, you'll earn about 1 million ambient gold just for playing. And so 10,000 gold is less than 1% of the gold you just earn in a day. So it really costs you nothing to do this, but it's really going to help the Alliance overall. And you, because the more Stark Tech credits you get to upgrade your stuff... Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. I did it again? I think that was a misclick. This can give you up to 25% additional stats on your guys. Like my mutants are getting 19% bonus stats just straight across the board just for having Stark Tech. Like, it's super important that everybody's doing this every day, because you're really just going to hold yourself back if you don't, let alone like slow down the Alliance and everything. Oh, and this is just a little trick. I don't know if anybody really knows this other than me. Every time I tell someone I've looked at their roster, they're like, "How did you see my roster?" There's a participation screen in here, in the war screen. So if you go to participation, this will show our last opponents. But if you just go to us, like if I wanted to look at One Who Park's roster, I can come in here. These are the characters he does not have on defense. And so you can look through and like, oh, what is so-and-so working on? Or like, how big is, like, they're winning with their symbiotes. What am I not doing? Well, you can kind of look at, oh, well, his symbiotes are, bigger than my Carnage is small. Maybe that's the problem. Stuff like that. There's a lot of cool stuff. You can see what people are working. Obviously, One Who Parks is very much likes Infinity Watch. It's understandable. All right, so next up is going to be daily raid keys. We talked about this a little bit in the settings. The daily raid keys is basically just a direct correlation to the amount of energy you spend every day. So right here tells you my account just reset, so my keys just reset. And so what I need to spend 600 energy before my account resets again to max out my keys. The reason getting keys for the Alliance is so important is because this was to let us run raids. There's 2 kinds of raid keys. They're both triggered by you spending energy, so they're exactly the same effectively. You can check how many keys you've got here, or if you go to Alliance members, you can check your daily raid key donation. You see most people are getting it. The weird part, though, is because everyone's accounts reset at different times, that this isn't a good way to... Like, you can't just log in like, oh, Brandon or Mutilus hasn't donated any keys yet. Well, his account just reset 17 minutes ago, so, you know, he doesn't really have a chance yet. So, yeah, you can go in here to check it as well. But when we go in here, these are our raid keys. The reason everybody needs to donate is because starting a Ultimus 7 raid or a Doom raid or any of the higher difficulty ones cost 14,400 energy, which, because 14,400 divided by 24 is surprise 600. So if anyone misses out, we start losing keys over time. And so, you know, we'll slowly run out of keys. Like you can see, probably tomorrow, we're not going to be able to run an Ultimus raid because we're going to be out of keys. As we have a decent amount of gamma keys still, but we're running low on these. So, you know, try and get your keys in. If you miss a day, it's not the end of the world, but it's good to have everyone donating as often as possible because we get to run more raids long term, which will help us get, you know, the more raid season rewards and stuff. All right, one more thing we're going to talk about real quick is the milestones. These are pretty straightforward. These are the 2 individual milestones. This is the special event milestone. That'll be over soon. And then the last one, World Warrior, is the Alliance milestone. This is probably the most important milestone. It runs for a full week. And as you can see here, everyone adds their points together. You basically get points for this milestone for any gameplay, basically. Anytime you do a match that costs a resource to do, other than just normal campaign missions like blitzes, arenas, alliance war, raids, stuff like that, we get points. You add everyone's points together, and the final total is where we end up. The important bit is on 16 through 19. These milestones, you get tier 4s. These are really important for everybody. And at the stage we're at, tier 4s are really valuable to people's teams. A lot of teams, especially nowadays, are being designed where tier 4s are required. So getting 20 extra of these every week is great. As long as we have full membership, it's not too hard to hit these. Just kind of keep an eye on it. The ones that are more important to you guys are these. Save the World is just spend campaign energy. So this is the other part of playing that isn't included in World Warrior. Spending campaign energy is used here. And then this is just nice for you because it gives you a bunch of power cores and other gear and stuff. These are gear orbs, catalyst parts and stuff. I'm not sure what the average campaign energy spending a day is, but as you can see here, I've gotten a few of them already. Yeah, you should get as far as you can in these, but don't be too worried if you're not maxing this out. That it's actually pretty hard to max out without spending a lot of power cores. But actually, as you see here, it gives you some power cores back, which is nice. This one is one you want to pay more attention to, the High Roller milestone. This is how much gold you spend in a day. And I think a lot of people don't pay attention to this. You really want to try and restrict yourself to being about 12 a day. That's how much gold you're generally going to accrue in a day's play, with gold orb openings and rewards from missions and everything and all the stuff you do. You'll get a little over 1 million gold every day plus orbs. And so if you hit more than milestone 12, that means you're bleeding gold every day, which means you're going to eventually run out. So you want to try and stop around 10. 10 is 1 million gold. Also, in addition to being the 1 million gold milestone for milestone 10, this is the last one that gives you power cores. And so as you can see here, 15, 30, 40, 50 power cores just for spending your campaign or spending gold every day. So if you're getting 50 power cores back for spending your gold, that actually helps you a lot, because 50 power cores you can spend to do all kinds of stuff. Power cores are pretty important, and I think it's pretty unanimous the best use for it is refreshing your campaign energy. I highly recommend that everybody refreshes their campaign energy the 4 times a day for 50 power cores. I don't think refreshing the 100s is worth it because, it costs double and everything. But the first 4 times a day you refresh your campaign energy is the most valuable. You get power cores. Like, nothing in the game is better than that. Because I don't think a lot of people know how much of what you spend energy on generates resources for you. Like, these are the midway or the later hero mission nodes. So 10 energy equates to 2,275 gold. And so that means that every campaign energy you have is worth 227 gold. And so you're getting, I think it's about 250 a day. We'll just call it 139. That's the level 80 energy. And then you get another, I think it's 120. Yeah, 120 on refresh. So plus another 480. And then we're going to times that by 225 gold. So that's, well, not when you do it twice. Thanks, computer. So that's 140,000 gold a day just in like 10 seconds of I log in, I press this 4 times, and then I spend that energy on my known missions I want to do. So I'll just come down here, check all these, and then get the gear farms I know I want. And right there, I'm probably at 500 core or 500 keys for the day. And I've got my what's it called? I can't remember. Save the world milestones done, and I've got a bunch of gold for the day, just all right in like 10 seconds. And so it's really easy to get your donation in, your keys in, and get most of your milestones done in just like 2 minutes of play. And then the rest of the day, if you need to log in and do raid attacks and stuff, that's all whenever you can find time. All right, well, hopefully you guys thought this was informative, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me some messages, and I'll answer them best I can. Basically me running through my dailies just so you can see how I do it and see if, I do something better than you, or if maybe you do something better than me, let me know if I'm doing something bad. But basically the first thing I do is I jump in here and I look for an arena target, because you got to do 2 of these, and it's a 15-minute cooldown, so I get my dailies done in about 15 minutes, and so I do it back-to-back on these. Sure. The Age of Infinity Watch, as soon as you load in, you target the Phyla. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Phyla. And then we press auto. Masterful skill at the game. Stupid AI. Alright, it doesn't really matter for me. I'm pretty much hard stuck in the 50 to 25 range. Obviously, you want to climb as best you can, but all you really need to worry about is staying within whatever bracket you can sit in the best. For a long time, I was in the 100 to 50 bracket, and just recently I started climbing up to here now. Obviously, the higher you can get, as you can see, you get more power cores and more arena credits every day. The arena credits stop being as important later on. Once you've got the important characters, most of them just unlock legendaries. Like, this becomes very invaluable. And then the power cores is primarily what you want to do. So if you can just hug that line, like stay in the 50. You don't really care if you're at 30 or 40. You just want to stay in 50 to get the extra 50 power cores a day. So next up, I do my challenges. Today is Saturday, so we got all the gear challenges. Conveniently, I've put endless hours into trying to fight these over and over again. Finally got, I think, all of them maxed out. So that's nice. The gear challenges, I only have the mutant one 3-starred right now. All the rest of these are just tier 2. Because I love mutant characters, so I have a lot of mutants. So I put all the ISO on them to make sure I could get that one to 3. But yeah, these new challenges are great. I highly recommend, if you haven't really taken the time to do them yet, get them as high as you can, because you get some really nice gear out of these. Like, every sim, like, this is probably, I don't know, probably about half a day's worth of farming to get that much tech gear, and you get 3 times that, just all for nothing. Costs no energy. Then we want to go to Blitz. We want to get our 2 blitzes in. I'm basically just going to do my 2 real quick. I think you guys have probably figured out how to do a blitz rotation by now. So, got my 2 in for my dailies. I will sim through this, so you guys, or I'll skip through this later, so you guys won't have to watch it. But yeah, I hate RTA. It's a very unfun format. Even with the really silly OP teams, it's still very not entertaining. It's basically just log in and auto. But you have to wait for the extreme long loading times. And match 2. Boy, what fun. Very, very fun. Anyway, now that that's over, get to come over here. After that, I do my orbs and my buys. Yeah, 2 basics. Perfect. And then supplies. Basically, you just want to buy all the greens. I try to stop buying around 200, and there is other stuff I need to buy as well, so I'll check and see if there's any of that. I'm buying until I have 36 of each of the G13s. So there we go, there's my 3 buys. And then character farms. Go to my versus section. I usually do these 2 because she's villain and he is hero. And they're right next to each other, so it's handy. No, I need energies. There we go. Okay. Then we need the ISO farm, which is my Black Panther right now, because I've spent a lot of these. I know it's the corners also. Yeah, so this one I need the most of. We'll just do the 3 real quick. Okay. So that's all my character stuff done. Now it's just one more arena battle, which I'll probably still have a cooldown on. Yep, 5-minute cooldown. Okay, it's been 15 minutes since my last arena battle now. So let's see if there's anybody I can actually hit. Is this the same guy I attacked last time? Probably. I'm sure things will go different this time. Yay, second time's a charm. Okay. So now we're just going to claim some stuff. I like doing this all at once. It just seems to go faster. Alright, so now part of the dailies is doing my donation. Then I like to spend whatever I got for the day. Claim that. Claim all these. Alright, so we're basically done in here until we do a bunch of raid battles. And you see, just doing the dailies already got me a decent amount of keys. So we're going to refresh my energy. 2, 3, and I did 1 earlier. So yeah, that's the hundreds. We don't want to do that one. And then while these events are running, this is I refresh my, here I'll show you. I'll normally refresh this as well, and I'm still going to do it with the refill packs, but I won't spend cores on it because ISO is actually really important nowadays. All the new content's going to require high levels of ISO, so you should probably be refreshing this as well. And I think you get gold for the ISO, don't you? It's been too long since I've checked this stuff. Yeah, you still get that gold for using ISO. It's less than the yellow energy, but it's still free gold's free gold, man. I need gold. But these campaign character events where it unlocks a character, you should be pushing as hard as you can in these. I think this is the most cost effective way to unlock a character before 6 months down the road when they're not good anymore. These are the most player friendly character releases there are. And so I stop refreshing ISO and I refresh these instead for the 50s. And so let's see, that caps out. So 491, we're just going to get a bunch of this all right in a row. And this is also going to give us the Captain America milestones. So all this all at once is really nice. Cool. And we go in here. Go to my favorites. Nebula is my first character farm. See if we get some shards. Nope. Oh, I forgot I added all these guys today. Trying to get ready for next Doc Ock. There we go. The average on these pulls, I already did this one, is 2.5 shards every time you do a series of 5. So when you do the full cycle of 5, you should get 2.5 shards, which is half a shard per attempt at the mission, which is not great. But, it's the only way. I need bio gear, because I'm getting ready for symbiotes and DD3, and they all take bio. And I'm trying to unlock Ebony Maw, so I'm going to go ahead and farm up Thanos today. Nice. 2. Alright, so that's my yellow energy. I just need to spend my ISO energy, which we already did some of. We'll go ahead and max this out. Come on. Nice. Alright, now we're going to claim our milestones, which I'll show you what I'm talking about the nice rewards. Because kind of the more you do, the more you get kind of stuff. I already claimed some of these earlier, but, getting extra power cores just for, doing your missions throughout the day is pretty big. So I got 18 more hours to get another 40 cores right here for free. And let's check. Yep, 540 keys already. So even if I wasn't able to log in for the rest of the day, I'd still do 90-something% of my expected keys today. And so that's really important, is just get all that out of the way, so you don't have to worry about it later. You don't have to worry about logging in to get these energy boosts, which show up here. In another 11 hours, I can log in to get the 80 free energy. That's obviously really good, and you want to get as many of those as you can, but people are busy. Like, you want to get this knocked out as quickly as possible, and that way you can get back to whatever you're doing. We get some of these, get some more free gear. This is actually pretty nice. There's a lot of good skill characters right now.